Y'all heard of hammer time? It's weapon time. I mean fake weapon time because I don't want YouTube to monetize me. Fake weapon time! Okay, so we're back for part 3. This is gonna be the final part of Alone's cosplay. We're gonna get started on the weapon today. So the first thing I gotta do, which I already did off camera, was measure how long the strap is gonna be. It's gonna be around 47 inches, I believe. I made it just a little bit longer just in case. And then we're gonna go from there because I think I have a D-ring that could go with the strap. If not, I have to make a little one out of foam, which no big deal. And then we'll get started on like the watch piece, which I think it is a watch. I'm not really sure. I'm assuming it's a little watch that she fashioned into a magnet. But we're gonna make that piece and then we'll make the big old wrench that goes on the back. So let's get started. Now that the belt is all sewn together, now I'm just gonna find where the snaps are gonna be. So there's gonna be a snap right here just to keep the belt secure. And then I'm gonna pretend to put something underneath this, look like it is actually looped over one another, and put the D-ring, or if I have to make it out of foam, over here, and put some holes in it to make it look like an actual belt. And then after that, we're going to get started on the watch piece. But that is the plan, so that's what we're going with. Underneath here, I put a piece of foam. I'm going to glue it down, but this will be good because it'll make kind of that rolled piece that I was looking for. You know how when you hook a belt, it has kind of that lump in it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this foam right here to make the D-ring on the belt. Okay, I think that's good. I maybe need to do a little bit of reshaping, but once it's like painted and everything, I think it'll be pretty good to go. I might cut out another one because this one just seems a little bit too big, but we'll see. I'll keep this one for now and leave it to the side because we're not going to do any painting yet. Now, I cut out a piece of paper. This is a piece of brown paper out of like a big roll that I've had for a really long time. But I'm going to do the watch shape on this. See what looks good. I'm doing it on top of the garment. Luckily this Sharpie is kind of like dying, so it won't go through the paper onto the garment. But I want to make the shape at least big enough to hold the wrench. So I'm going to make it like a watch face. So I think I'm going to start from here over to, I think about here. I don't want it the whole way. I might even do that down a little bit because it's not all the way on her back. And I'm just kind of feeling where this stops because it's going to go on top of it. I think I might, yeah. So we'll go with that. Kind of just rough tracing it. There. Okay, so that's the part that's going to go on the strap. And then want it sticking out a bit and into a circle. I want to make sure these connect or look close enough. Okay, so it's like down to here. And I can start rounding. And I could fold this pattern in half to get like a good solid piece. I think that's good, because then in the middle, once it's like raised up enough, I'm thinking about doing 3 pieces of cardboard to give it some structure, and then the clock face in the middle will be a separate piece, kind of like that. I don't know if that's really seeable. I know this, like I said, this marker is not really dark, but there'll be a clock face in the middle. And with it all cut out, look at that. It looks like a good solid piece. I think this is the piece I'm going to go with because the cardboard will definitely thicken it up. I don't want to make it too big because the wrench still needs to go. It's going to be mostly covering this piece anyway, but it still needs to go on the back. And like I said, not too big, because if it's like ginormous, I feel like it's not going to look right with the wrench. Like, it's going to look very out of proportion. So this is the pattern I'm going with. Alright, I decided to cut the top out of just plain foam. The reason I did that is because I'm going to cut a hole in this layer of foam and I'm going to stick these magnets in there. And that way, the magnets can magnetize to the wrench when I stick magnets in the wrench. And that's how it'll stay on the little clock face. But I built up everything with cardboard. I have this like rigid cardboard. I don't even know where I got it. I just find cardboard at like the bottom of packages and stuff. But my plan is to glue this piece of cardboard onto the bottom of the strap and then to glue these on top to permanently secure it to the strap and glue this on top. And I'm also gonna put foam all around this to make it smooth and even. Okay, now that the clock is constructed, I am going to clean it up a little bit, like clean up the sides, put foam down on the sides, clean up a little bit on the top, cut it down a little bit, make sure it looks nice and uniform before I put the rest of the foam on it, and then get ready to paint it. But again, we're going to put this one aside just like we did the belt buckle because now we're going to work on the wrench. So I am doing a test fit. It fits pretty good. Like, it hangs really good. It's hanging a little bit too much if I have it like this. So I might just sew a snap down here on the side so I can snap it. That way it doesn't hang really loose, but it looks pretty good from the back. It looks like a little backpack, so I'm pretty pleased with it. But yeah, like I said in the previous clip, I'm going to clean this up and probably sew on this snap. Okay, you guys, the whole watch has been covered. It looks pretty good. There are a couple glue marks, but I'm not going to worry about that because I have plans for the paint job and the glue marks won't even matter. I did test out the magnets to see how they would work with a piece of foam in between since the wrench is going to be covered in foam. And it's pretty strong hold, so pretty glad about that. And now we're going to work on the wrench. The wrench I don't want to make too heavy. I don't want to add too much cardboard to it because it's still got to hold on to here. But otherwise, we're good. Alright, this is going to be the base of my wrench. Piece of styrofoam that I found at the bottom of a package, I'm sure. But I'm going to be really careful cutting this one out. I don't want it to break. If it does break, you know, no big deal. It's still going to be covered in foam anyway. But I'm going to try to be really careful. And then I'm going to use this perforated cardboard on top of it. And that should give it some good structure and some good hold. that I cleaned up all the sides and it's all perfectly together, I marked where I wanted my magnets to go. So I just kind of held it up to the clock face, made sure I liked the ratio, and then kind of just pressed this styrofoam into this magnet that was on top of there and made a little graph for myself, or made a little spot for myself so I can do that. And then also I had the brilliant idea of ripping up an old cosplay of mine. So I made this pouch for an Eclair cosplay from Kitty Grade a long time ago, like well, not a really long time ago, I would say like 2 years ago when I first started TikTok. But I decided to rip it up because I'm not using this pouch for anything, and I could use this for the bottom to wrap the little, there's a little piece of fabric on the bottom of her wrench, so I can totally use this to wrap on the piece of the bottom of the wrench after it's all painted and stuff. But for right now, we're going to cut out a little place for these magnets, and then we're going to start covering the thing in foam. Alright, you guys, it is all put together. The foam is all on. It fits really good. I put a really strong magnet on it so it won't fall off. But it looks so good. I'm so happy with it. So now, the last thing to do is paint all the little bits that I cut out and glue on that little piece of fabric that I showed earlier. Paint that up, and then this costume will be done. thank you guys for sticking to the end. It is all done. Everything is done. I'm so happy with it. I'm happy with the weapon. I'm happy with the outfit. I'm happy with the helmet. It's just, it all came together so great and it looks so good. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I cannot wait to do like maybe a photo shoot with this cosplay or take this cosplay maybe to a competition. I have been taking pictures during this process. Maybe you guys have seen and caught me. But yes, I would like to probably take this to Comic-Con Revolution, which is a smaller competition, but I entered it last year and I had a great time. So we're going to still continue on more cosplays, maybe littler ones in the next couple videos, but either way, I hope you guys are having a great day. Yeah, bye guys!